All right, good morning. Welcome. My name is Warren Winters. I am a graduate of the Master Gardener class in 2023. Welcome to everybody here and all the new Master Gardeners. So today we are going to talk about food forests. Food forests, if you're not familiar, it's about building an area in your yard like another garden, but it's going to simulate a forest. So if you're familiar with forests, they're going to, you got your big giant canopy layers and the under storage trees. Food forests have 7 different layers. Your top layer, your canopy, are going to be your big trees. Then underneath that, you're going to grow your sub canopy. These are going to be the smaller trees that are going to be underneath your trees. Like I have guava. Guava is a small variety. I've got cassava. Cassava is your root crop. That's one of the layers in the food forest is your root crop. And then as you can see, we put in squash and some cucumbers and sunflowers just basically to underfill for the ground cover area. Right now, since our trees are so small, we have the ability to kind of dual purpose our forest until it gets big enough. Because when the trees get bigger, they're going to start shading out the area. So that's when you're going to want to look for perennials, things that are going to grow over time. One thing I always say, I look for easy. I don't want hard because these food forests and the garden will take up a lot of your time. So you want it easy. As you get it established over time, it'll grow and you'll get to a point where you just walk out and you can collect the food. You'll look at your food forest. You'll determine what still needs to stay, what needs to go. One thing when you're setting up a food forest, plan it out. Because when I started my 9-year-old food forest, I was excited. I was popping trees all over the place. Well, now I'm at a stage where it's like, oh, that one's got to go because I got 3 that are just competing for airspace. So with that, it's super shady underneath. So not a lot of stuff grows underneath there. So I want to selectively take out 1 or 2 to provide a little bit of sun on the underside. As long as they don't get too big and you identify them early, you can transplant them. I've transplanted many bushes and trees that have survived. So we've got the canopy, we got the sub canopy, we have the herbaceous level where your flowers, we have the root layer, we have the vine layer. The garden here, when I was talking to Sally about starting a food forest, she was excited about it. And what we want to try to do is show all the different layers of the food forest. So in this first area, we've got, like I said, we've got the big trees planted, they're started. We've got some of the sub canopy. Let's see what else we have. I like lemongrass. I love to put lemongrass all throughout the edges of the food forest. You can make lemongrass tea. You can use it for chop and drop. Who's familiar with chop and drop? When you're going through your garden, you're chopping a lot of stuff and you want to just use it. Most people throw it into the trash. I like to drop it on the ground because it just starts building the mulch for the ground, and over time that's going to break down and feed your plants. Oh, speaking of herbs, you can put herbs in your food forest. God, I got oregano, I've got dill. So as we were trying to kind of fill in the area, because this is fairly new, this food forest is less than a year. We started filling in with understorage. I mean, over there we threw in tomatoes, we've got mustards, we've got beans in there now. What's that? Thyme. Yes, we never have enough thyme. Um, and there's plenty of tomatoes, so feel free to pick whatever's ripe because that's what I always do when I'm in the yard. If something's ready to eat, anything I pick, I'm going to wash anyway. So, but yeah, because I picked loads of tomatoes already, and I just wash them and then eat them. Sweet potatoes is another good ground cover to put in, and it's part of your root layer. Nice thing about sweet potatoes, you can eat the leaves. So you can go out there and harvest all the leaves and saute them up just like spinach. One of the things I look for in my food forest are high producers. Papayas are very high producers. They produce a ton of papayas. Um, Carambola or starfruit, heavy producers. Um, for the vine layer of your food forest, you can grow passion fruit. Passion fruit, once a mature vine gets established, you can get 2,000 passion fruit off a vine every year. Anything else before we wrap this up? All right, so you know everything about a food forest. Who's going to start a food forest? Good. Well, and you can always start small, and you can slowly keep building on it. So, you know, that's okay.